Hey, we found you.
Welcome to the Riddle Room. This is my favorite puzzle. Probably because I helped design it.
Great.
What am I? I have a head but no arms to flail. I have no legs, yet I have a tail.
How many tables are there? Huh. Let's get a repeat on that one. Alright, so here's the Sphinx's riddles. This is fitting enough.
Did you need the riddle again? I have a head but no arms to flail. I have no legs, yet I have a tail. What am I? Did you need the riddle again? I have a head but no arms to flail.
Alright. It has a head and a tail, but no arms and legs. Head and a tail, but no arms and legs. A coin.
That one. Are you sure?
A head. What has a head? I mean, a skull doesn't have a tail, that's for sure. A head of cabbage? No. Or head of lettuce, I mean. Horseshoe, feather. Acorn, puzzle piece?
Well, I'd love to give you the answer, but I'm a stickler for the rules.
There's a monkey wrench. There's a cake. A head and a tail. What has a head and a tail, but no arms or legs? I don't see how a crown would have a tail. This is it's a candlestick. Time.
Still need
An
more
hourglass.
time? It's not like your family is waiting or anything.
What has a head and a tail? Like a book? The beginning and end of a book, maybe? Oh, dump. Coin. Heads and tails. There we go. Jesus. It took me longer to figure out than it should have, probably. I think I even said coin earlier and I was without actually thinking about it.
Don't give that to me. Set it on the altar in the next room.
Okie dokie.
I don't remember eating that today.
Oh. Oh. Oddly distressing, aren't they? It's such a cool monster design, though. By the way, wow. This is the most dense use of column rejointing on camera in any game so far, I think, that I've played. Most of the screen is currently column rejoining. It's pretty. It's pretty. It's just in every single game now. It's weird how it's in every game now.
You are correct, but it won't be that easy. I've got another riddle for you in here.
Proceed.
What am I? Every morning a noggin I shed, and every evening I regain my head.
It's a pillow. That was easy.
Not many people make it out of this room.
That was easy. Why were you sighing, by the way, Graham? I thought you wanted puzzles.
I don't want that. Offer it to the altar in the next room.
Admittedly, little distressing how quickly I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll just give it right back to them again. That'll be fine. What could go wrong? And
Looks like you could
oh,
use a
they're getting
head.
smaller. Look at that.
Too bad. 2 down, but we're just getting started. A word back here, please.
Go for it.
What am I? I come in different colors. I come in different shapes. Some parts of me are round, some parts of me are straight. Our picture can be clear, but we love to obfuscate.
Colors and shapes, round and straight. Our picture may be clear, but we love to obfuscate. Huh. Our picture may be clear, but we love to obfuscate. A novel? A story? Picture may be clear, but we love to
Your
obfuscate.
cape really isn't that illustrious. I don't know why that little peddler keeps ranting about it.
An hour crystal ball, like a prophecy. It's clear, but it's opaque and it's riddles. I don't know. The other ones have been so literal and perfect, though. Obfuscate. Oh. A puzzle? It's a puzzle piece.
Grandpa, do you think I'm ready for my first adventure?
Of course, dear. But not without your father's permission, of course.
Please don't brute force any of these puzzles. I'm a big believer in brains over brawn.
I like that even the game's narrative is acknowledging the idea that you could brute force stuff. I think this is right. A jigsaw could be different colors and shapes. It could be round or straight. It could be anything, period, whatever. And it forms a clear picture, but its whole point is to hide the picture. That seems to be exactly it. Nailed it.
Bravissimo. But the show is hardly over.
That might be one of my favorite riddles so far.
I'm fit for a king and taste very sweet. Thick or thin, served for breakfast, Graham's favorite treat.
A pie?
Mr. Majesty, if you speed it up, you can make it to the leaderboard. You still qualify for second to last place.
Oh, aren't you adorable? Isn't it Graham's favorite treat? Thick or thin, fit for a king. Is that a story? Not a crown, that'd be silly. Cake.
Oh dear, I don't mean to be a downer, but your current puzzle time has just disqualified you from second to last place.
She's having fun with this, isn't she? Alright. The jigsaw puzzle riddles might be one of my favorite riddles I've heard in a video game so far. They're usually kind of disappointing.
I'm fit for a king and taste very sweet. Thick or thin, served for breakfast, Graham's favorite treat. The riddle might be easy, but the answer takes some thinking.
Breakfast. Breakfast. Graham's favorite treat. Breakfast. Thick or thin.
You do know they eventually turn off the lights, right?
That's cute. Thick or thin. Could it be bread? This one's messing with me a little bit.
I'm fit for a king and taste very sweet. Thick or thin, served for breakfast, Graham's favorite treat. The riddle might be easy, but the answer takes some thinking.
Thick or thin, breakfast. Fit for a king. What does the fit for a king part mean? Is that just flavor?
I'm just gonna take a brief nap. You keep doing you.
She's having fun with this. Wait. At the beginning of this game, they set up that Graham likes pancakes. That's what they talked about. Like, what if I made pancakes? Choco chip That's what it is. It's choco chip pancake. Are you snoring while sitting up straight?
I'm fit for a king and taste very sweet. Thick or thin, served for breakfast, Graham's favorite treat. The riddle might be easy, but the answer takes some thinking.
So the riddle's easy, but the answer is a trick. Because the answer seems to be pancakes, but pancakes aren't here. Choco chip pancakes. But there's a pan. It's a pun. It's a pun.
I only needed to carry one item at a time, so I put one back.
Oh, well, that's annoying. Don't do that. I was doing something. Crap. I didn't know that was gonna happen. Alright.
I'll put this other item back.
Do I stack them? I think I need to stack them to make a pancake. I think that's what we're doing here. I need to make my choco chip pancakes by Literally taking a pan and then a cake. I was gonna say, like, none of the things here are ringing a bell as being something that Graham likes, and none of them sound like breakfast. But yeah, we keep talking about pancakes, not a pie.
I'll just
A pie comes to mind because it's part of how I defeated Manny. Cake. Pancake? Yes. 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 Haha.
One final riddle, if you would. What am I? I am higher than the shining stars and greater than the land or sea. What's the one thing that's worth breaking the bonds of family?
What could be worth breaking the bonds of family? Is it the crown? What else would it be? It's not gonna be a book. Or food. Or a horseshoe. Or a sock. I assume that the crystal ball might represent prophecy. And who's our little favoritist? But no, not him. What am I missing? The crown's the first thing that comes to mind, because it's the kingdom.
I figured you'd have trouble with this. I am higher than the shining stars and greater than the land or sea. What's the one thing that's worth breaking the bonds of family?
It's the only item that kind of fits, but it doesn't even sound like a riddle, though. How is it a riddle to just say that a kingdom's worth breaking a family? Wait... What if it's nothing? Nothing's worth breaking the bonds of family. Oh, son of a bitch. That's the trick.
I have to admit I'm surprised you got that one right. You should really practice what that riddle teaches.
Perhaps
Oh,
the Sphinx was
burn.
right. I needed to rethink this puzzle of parenting.
Excellent work, Mr. Majesty. You are a natural.
Wonderful. Someone had removed all the pieces from the board. I'd have to puzzle out the path. Lucky for me, it appeared all the pieces were already set in their proper rotation.
Okay. Gotta piece together where they're all supposed to be. That's not too bad. Okay, so... This guy up here, this little C-shaped one, that one was gonna go right here. This little C right here. That's where it goes. It's the only way it fits. Which negative space there means that the little corner piece has to be right here, the one that's right by the exit. Alright, so that with that chunk of the map filled in, where does everything else fit? Am I wrong? I don't think I am. But that's never been a surefire solution. Me thinking I'm right about something. Crap. Maybe it doesn't work that way? Because then the one in the middle that the Sphinx is over would be like right here and then up a little bit. But then the rest of it doesn't fit the shape of this guy over here on the far right. So if that doesn't work, then maybe this one on the far right is actually going to go like this. Like here, 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 here. That probably makes more sense. And then none of the other pieces fit in like that, so this would have to be the three-part piece right here. And then the one that the Sphinx is standing over, or laying over, would be right here. Stopping right there. And then the C shape was correct the first time. Okay, so that's where the C shape is. Okay, so starting point is here. I have to go onto the one we see on the right first. So first I go here, and then I go right. We loop around to here. So far, so good. Alright, so now this takes me to the C. The C shape, go forward, and then it turns to the right.
You're just a few steps away from your family now. I wouldn't expect anything less from the hero of Daventry.
Okay, now that I'm here, this takes me to the weird nub that the Sphinx is standing over. And it's the bottom corner of it, so it's going to be right here, which points me down. Which takes me onto the weird 3-piece one, which just loops back up again. Good. So now I'm back on the one that the Sphinx is standing over again. And I'm on the far right part of it, so we go up 2, over 1, down 1. And this takes us onto the solid stuff we're seeing right in front of us. So now we're back to the sea. We're in the middle part of the sea. And that's the end of the sea, which takes us back to the thing that Sphinx is over, which points us straight at the exit.
Congratulations, Graham. You have won the labyrinth. You may now claim your prizes inside.
That was a decent puzzle. That's like something out of The Witness. Look at this nice little hall.
Berenice!
Yay, I can go save my family
Team
just in time for my
assemble!
freaking son to be missing again. Congratulations, you lost him again.
Now.
Good job, Graham. What's this?
I'm not a fan of abstract art.
It's not an abstract heart. It's not an abstract art. It's an abstract heart. It's your daughter's heart, ripped out and frozen.
I'm pretty sure I could sculpt that.
You can't sculpt that. That's your wife's torso. This is a meat freezer. You don't want to go up there. They have been eating people. It's an ugly planet, a bug planet. How would Columnar Joining get up here? Come on. How would it even get up here? This is like... This is a tower.
Nice? I hope I made it in time. Rosella? Berenice? Where are you?
Do you think that looks like Nice? What? Why do you think that? Or are you just thinking in general? Oh, there I am. I'm like, camera's not following me. What's going on? Place looks amazing. It's also a slipping hazard with no rails. Oh, that's not good. There's some rather familiar looking sculptures.
It's getting closer, but the nose still isn't right. Hello there. Welcome to my gallery.
V?
You're mistaken. My name is Isabella.
I'm not sure I agree.
Well, I sign all my work that way, so you will address me as such.
Noted.
And you are?
Graham. King Graham. The Wise. Don't you remember?
No. Sorry. It doesn't ring a bell.
But we had an adventure in Tanalorr. You saved me from that quicksand? Oh, the Hobblepots. You remember the Hobblepots, right? I rescued you from that... this... tower?
I assure you that wasn't me. And I recommend dropping the subject immediately.
My apologies.
It's been a while since I've had a visitor. Did you enjoy my puzzles?
I did. I always have.
And the art?
Where did you learn to sculpt?
Oh, a friend taught me. Ages ago.
I see.
And what brings you to my ice palace?
I was told that if I made it to the center of the labyrinth, my family would be here waiting for me. Do you know where they are?
Oh, the Sphinx must be playing a game with you. I love my best friend, but she can be quite silly.
What?
Did you think those puzzles were designed to keep people out of this tower? I created this labyrinth to keep people in. I don't like it when my friends run away.
I had no idea you were holed up here. We would have come here sooner.
Oh, it's quite all right. The Sphinx was there for me when all my other friends moved on. She gave me this crown and dubbed me queen. Now I rule this tower.
Where did you take Rosella and Valenice?
Valenice? Now that's a name that sounds familiar. She's here, you say?
No, that's not what
Well, I'm sorry I haven't seen them. You'll have to file a complaint with the Sphinx.
Oh, I've got a few choice words for that Sphinx. She's back this way, right?
Where are you going? I told you no one ever leaves, right? Friends, escort our new addition to the carving room.
Let me go! I demand you release me!
Some vacation this turned out to be.
Right, she had a magical infection. That's what happened at the end of last episode, right? The old crazy ice was taking over because of the witch, and we saved them, but she got inflicted, but she hid it from everybody. And then here she was, probably getting worse and worse, and the Sphinx found out, and she didn't tell anybody for some reason, trying to keep it to herself. Maybe she didn't want people to worry or something, but then the Sphinx finds out and takes advantage of the situation and manipulates her and makes everything worse. Damn.
If I squinted, it almost looked like an avocado.
So everyone's in danger. Bad time to split up from your son because you can't get along with him, especially when he has fire powers.
I could be remembering this wrong, but I couldn't see down here from the top level. Another Ice Palace curiosity, I guess. This carving room held some pretty dark secrets. I didn't want to know where all those ice blocks came from. I was cold, upset, and didn't see any way forward. Then things got worse.
Excellent work. You, my friend, are a natural.
Where's my father?
Oh, Mr. Majesty, you've beat him here by a mile. He's trapped in a puzzle and can't figure out the solution.
Alexander! Stop! It's a trap! Alexander!
That's great work, Gwydion.
Thanks. It's actually been a while since I've been called that. I kind of miss it.
That name does suit you. Now, just a few more puzzles and you will solve the labyrinth. Your family is anxiously waiting for you at the top of that tower.
No! Leave him out of this!
I might need a hint on this one.
Oh, thank the shining stars he's no good at puzzles.
That should do it.
Okay. That was actually impressive.
Oh, Gwydion, I just wish your father could be here to celebrate your win. Pity that he only appreciates talents that are exactly like his own. I, however, love watching your clever magic and encourage you to use it on this last puzzle.
That's not true! It's never been true. How can I prove it to you?
There was no way I was going to lose my son again. I was wrong for expecting him to carry out my legacy. I needed to show him that I loved him for who he is and who he wanted to become. If only I could just snap and share the unconditional love burning inside my heart. Wait, perhaps I could. I needed to snap like I never snapped before. I needed to get fired up.
He's gonna blow up the pillar, isn't he? Destroy the support and sabotage the puzzle?
Come on. Fireball.
This is a proper character growth moment right here. Ah! Button mash! Oh!
Dad?
Was that you?
The flames had cleared up the ice spell, but that was hardly on my mind at that moment.
Son, I love you. Just the way you are.
I wouldn't make any sudden moves if I were you.
I could say the same for you.
Do you think your tiny human arrow will pierce my skin?
Oh, it's not your hide I'm aiming for.
Well then, take your move.
What can I aim at? Anything else? I can only aim at you?
Oh, go ahead.
Can I shut you up by shooting in your mouth? There's nowhere else to aim. I have to shoot you, huh?
Still waiting.
Aim for the... It's so jerky. What, the face?
Morons! Tiny arrows will never defeat the divine intellect of the Sphinx. I thought you were a man of the mind, Graham.
Stop toying with the Sphinx. Where are Rosella and Valanice?
Trust me, the games are done and my playtime is over. The Ice Queen will deal with your family now. Thanks for the entertainment.
Did you find anything particularly strange about that overgrown kitty?
You mean besides the fact that it talks, thinks itself pretty clever, and is incredibly manipulative?
Mm-hmm. Manny. I think that furball was sipping from this pile of Cosmolotion.
It would appear so.
It would be irresponsible for us to leave this pile of potions here like this. I think you need to set it ablaze.
Are you sure?
You keep doing you, Alexander.
You had to make this cheesy.